Hey, I appreciate the clicks and the watches. Here's a quick update to where I am with the WeeRoll. Always a work in progress. Some things work, some things don't. So here's where I am. Here's a recent trip, just as a reminder. It's 10 feet long, 6 feet wide, and the nose adds an extra 18 inches, I guess. So moving to the inside. One thing you'll notice from a previous video, I made this, turn this sheet into a whatever, something to block the bottom of the counter, but it doesn't work for me. I need access to everything down here when I'm camping. So that sheet thing just stays folded up and stashed somewhere. The paper towel holder is great, built into the bottom of the little shelves I put up here. Um, I did have a shoe caddy that was Velcroed to the nose, but I guess it was pretty inferior quality and nothing really held all that securely in there. So I ripped it down, put up this little mirror just for the heck of it. I do have a little more dead space in the nose. I'll do something with that eventually, just haven't gotten around to it. One little tip for you is these little plastic tubs. I make individual lists and tape them to the front of the tubs, which is great. This is at my toiletry tub. It sounds Sounds awesome. That's my toiletry tub, and it lists whatever soap, toothbrush, toothpaste. But it's great to have all these tubs have individual lists. So when it comes time to packing, I know exactly what goes in each tub, and I don't have a master list I need to carry around, or even worse, just forgetting something. So I recommend putting these little lists on tubs. Moving along. One thing you'll notice is I had a futon sleeper thing here. I got rid of it. I brought it back to Costco. You got to love their return policy. It just wasn't comfortable enough to sleep on. I'm not 18 anymore, so I kind of care about my bedding. This I splurged a little bit. It is a 9-inch memory foam, one of those ones that come in a box and expand. Got it off of Amazon, and so far so good. I got no issues with it. Um, Sorry about the wires dangling. One of these days I'll neaten up the wires, but when you're camping, neatness is not all that much of a priority. I also got this little sound bar off of Amazon for like 35 bucks. Not real happy with it. Not real sure the quality is any better than the TV speakers. Plus, trying to get it to connect with the aux plug and stuff is a pain in the neck half the time. And it's also connected to the bottom of the TV with some Velcro, which does not hold during transport. So if I forget to peel that thing off and put the soundbar somewhere, by the time I get home or to the campsite, that thing is just lying on the ground somewhere. Moving along, here's a little shelving unit I built just with some wood. I think it was maybe even quarter-inch plywood. I did secure it. I put a back on the shelving unit, and I did secure it with a couple screws into a stud. Not the most sturdy thing in the world, but it does stay. It doesn't wobble around. So obviously, it's holding enough that everything's fine during transport. And it's cool because I can even put my clothes on the shelves the night before and not have to worry, and everything's ready to go when it's time to leave. The doors are just cheap pieces of plywood. I have two of them. Originally, I was going to make doors that screwed in and then came together in the middle, but the wood I used is so thin that when I tried to screw the hinges in, the screws would pop through the wood and be hanging out the other side. And I knew I would just be cutting myself, so I didn't even bother. So the doors are just sort of leaned up against the shelving unit, and when it is time to go, I just lean them up against the front, and like I said, they meet in the middle, and I have this little bungee cord right here that it just hooks on. You can't really see, but that's a screw, and I just hook the bungee onto that screw, and it goes around the other side to another screw, and it keeps the doors in place, and my clothes and stuff are relatively secure. Couple purchases I made. This little space heater is great. It's probably about 9 inches tall, and it keeps things pretty warm. I used it during some nights that were in the 40s, and I was fine. I mean, I basically didn't need more than a sheet and a light blanket in the WeeRoll. It does have a thermostat that will shut off when I guess it senses it's at a certain temperature. So it works for me for 22 bucks. And to cut down on the moisture in the WeeRoll just from body heat and stuff like that, I did get this little dehumidifier. It works okay, I guess. It does cut down on the moisture a little bit. I had it running pretty much solid for 3, 4 days, and I'd say the reservoir was half full, 3/4 full. So, you're talking it pulls whatever 10, 12 ounces of water out of the air over the course of 3 nights or whatever. It works okay. I got no problems with it. It's a decent system. And again, this is only like 9 inches. So I mean, usually I'll put the dehumidifier up here and the heater I'll even just put on the counter right here, and it's really good because it'll blow the hot air pretty much right at my sleeping level, which is good. Another storage thing I've done, I got a couple of these Office Depot 27-gallon tubs, and same thing, I made this little list here. I guess I already had it circled. I made this little list and I tape it to the tub, which is great. Again, I know everything that needs to go in there when I break everything down, and obviously when I get to the campsite to set up, everything is listed right here. I have one labeled for the inside, one labeled for the outside, one labeled for the kitchen. It makes breakdown and tear down and set up so much easier knowing where everything is and not just having to look through random tubs. Speaking of which, another thing I splurged on, I got this 18-inch bed frame to go with my mattress, and it's great because these tubs slide right underneath the mattress for storage. Before, I had to throw a tub or two in the back of the truck, or I would line the tubs up over here and secure them to the wall. But now everything's just secured by one ratchet strap right here. It goes around the frame to keep it secure during transport, and by default, it keeps the bins secure underneath. And having everything right underneath you, it just makes, again, setup and tear down so much easier. And I can store extra blankets in there. And underbed storage is just key. I guess some people will build a cabinet or something with pull-out shelves, but these are so much more mobile and so much better. It might poke out the end a couple inches. If I really cared, I could probably rearrange them so it didn't. But anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. Everything is always subject to change, but maybe this picks up, maybe you can pick up a couple ideas from this. Thanks again for watching. Bye.